In this video, I'm going to show you 5 things that you can be doing to help get to know yourself better. My name's Cathryn, and today we're going to be talking about self-awareness and why it is crucial for becoming the best version of ourselves. Now, before I give you the 5 things that you can do today, let me tell you why it's important. Like, why is knowing ourselves actually going to get us further in life? Well, when you know yourself truly, you will be more confident, you will have more self-control, you will make better decisions, and you will experience less conflict in your life because you're no longer going to be pulled in all the directions because you already know yourself and where it is that you want to go. Let's jump into the 5 actionable things that will help you figure out who you are. Number 1, understand your personality traits. When you understand your personality, you will know why you get on so well with some people and not so much with others. And it might be because of your personality type. You see, personality preferences make up our individual personalities. We can use them to better understand what drives us, what motivates us, and how we interact and build relationships with others. If we know what kind or types of people work best with us, whether it's friend-based, professionally, romantic, everything takes less effort. So 2 tests I want to recommend for you are 16 Personalities, which is a free version of the Myers-Briggs, and Strength Finders. And while these are not perfect, they're not going to give you every single answer, they will give you a clear understanding of how you were designed, how you interact with others, in relationships, in professional work, what your strengths are, and this will give you a foundational level of understanding yourself better. Here's an example of what type of breakdown you'll get on your personality. You'll get your strengths and weaknesses. You'll also get how you work together, what you should look for in romantic relationships, friendships. So if you're interested in that, we'll put the links below this video. Number 2 is embrace solitude. So it's really easy in today's modern world to never be alone in our thoughts. In fact, a lot of people find the idea too uncomfortable to handle, and so they fill every single moment up with distractions. But being alone and being lonely are 2 very different things. I mean, I don't know about you watching this video, but there have been times when I've been around a lot of people and yet still felt lonely. But in social life today, staying home on a Friday night is somehow something we should be ashamed of. But spending time alone and figuring yourself out is really crucial and will help you understand yourself better. Author Amy Morin describes it best when she says, "Loneliness is about perceiving that no one is there for you, but solitude is about making a choice to be alone with your thoughts." When we choose to spend time alone, we are shutting out external influence and focusing on ourselves. And the more comfortable we become with that, with our own company, the more confident we will be in ourselves, which will only enhance the rest of the decisions we will make when we're not alone in other areas of our life. 2 things I would recommend that you do during your alone time. 1 is journal. So a great way to understand yourself and become self-aware is to create a habit of having a conversation with yourself. So you can share your true thoughts, true emotions. You're not writing for anyone but yourself, but this will be a way where you can learn what's going on in your head and you can reflect on those learnings. And number 2 is meditate. So meditation is something that I struggled with for a long time. But like a muscle that you work out in the gym, once you do it for a while, you will improve. And once you improve that, it will sharpen your focus in every other area because you will better be able to control your mind. Number 3, identify your strengths and weaknesses. This means auditing our strengths or areas that we're proud of, as well as working on or just knowing the areas that we're weak with. So how do we start identifying this? Well, you want to start asking yourself questions like, okay, what am I naturally very good at? Or what have others complimented me on? Or maybe for a weakness, what have others had to help me with on more than one occasion? What projects or tasks drain my energy? Maybe what projects have I spent hours on without getting tired? That is a strength and a skill that you have. What are your hobbies and why do you like them? So if you start journaling on these questions until you really feel like you have answered them and you know them, from there you could go to your trusted friends or those closest to you to ask for their feedback. So what do they think your strengths are? What are some areas that they think you could improve on? Now, I want to say that you don't want to go to everyone with that. You want to spend some time honestly assessing yourself and then go to people that you want input from. People that you will actually listen to, people you look up to, and people that really know you, not someone that has met you a couple times because they don't actually know what you're about. So you want people who have observed your behavior and character in a number of situations to actually give you feedback. So once you've done all that, you will have a list of areas to improve and things that you're really good at, which is honestly something that I say focus on your strengths. And if you can, mitigate your weaknesses by either not doing that thing or trying to delegate tasks and skills you're not so good at to someone else that is their skill. Number 4 is learn your core values. So your core values are the invisible compass that guide you through life, whether you know what they are or not. They are the reason that sometimes when you make a decision and it doesn't feel right and you don't know why, but there's something in your gut that just seems off, but you don't know what it is. Oftentimes when I look back at my life and decisions that I made where I felt that way, it's often because I wasn't following my core values, because at the time I didn't know what they were. And so it's hard to follow your core values and know when you're in alignment if you don't know what they are. So when life unfolds in alignment with your values, you're not going to face that resistance or that bad gut feeling. You're going to be in flow, you'll find your zone, and you won't be, clock watching or wishing you were somewhere else. You will be fully present. When you know your core values, you will know the important factors of decision making because, like I said, these are a filter with which you will make decisions through. So if you want to know your core values, check out the core values deck or a link below this video where I kind of walk you through how to find your core values. And it takes, 20-30 minutes, but once you know them, you'll be able to look back at your life and realize, oh, this is when I was in alignment and this is when I wasn't, and you can move forward putting those decisions through that filter. Number 5, learn your love language. So a big part of knowing yourself is knowing how you translate love. And oftentimes this can start from our childhood. So if our parents show us love in a specific way, then we might grow up to also see that as our primary love language because that's the first sign of love that we had from when we were growing up. Or maybe there was something missing that they didn't show us. So now we seek that as our primary love language. A lot of it starts from our childhood, and it can go either the thing we were missing or the thing that we got. Now, according to Dr. Gary Chapman, the 5 love languages are words of affirmation, gifts, quality time, acts of service, and physical touch. And the way you receive love doesn't always have to be the same way that you show it to someone else. For example, maybe your primary love language is words of affirmation, but you show it to others by acts of service. So just because you receive it one way doesn't mean you have to give it in the same way, but sometimes you do. But you want to make sure that you know that ahead of time so that you know that you're speaking in the same language as the person that you're wanting to translate to. Knowing your love language doesn't just matter for romantic relationships, believe it or not, but friendships also. So you want to make sure you are translating effectively. For example, at BestSelf, I like to know my team members and also my friends' love language so I can make sure that my feelings are being translated effectively. So for example, if a team member, their love language is words of affirmation, if they do a good job, I want to tell them that, where if it's gifts, I want to give them a gift, right? So you can see how it's not just romantic relationships, but it's about how you show someone that you appreciate them. Now I'm going to link to the free test below this video so you can learn what your love language is. And that's it. Those are the 5 actions that you can take today to get to know yourself better. And when you know yourself, you are closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.